My business is called Mnambiti Group Holdings. I would say the group in a small way started in 2001, but I think we went really corporate in 2013. Our business has got a number of subsidiaries. I would say my business is an small industrial company which specializes in a number of in the industrial space, the BE industrial space, and then our subsidiaries span right from coal mining, shipping, and storage. The marine aspect is an area which is going to be the focus of our group. Our entry point, and we call it the platform, is mainly on the shipping and the storage. It's liquid bulk storage facilities. We're building one at Maiden Wharf in Durban, which is going to specialize in carrying what is called high flash products. They include phosphoric acid, caustic soda, and some of the edible oils. We're building a storage of about 120,000 cubic meters there. And we believe that there are opportunities to grow because infrastructure or lack of infrastructure in this country is a problem, especially at the ports. Our other element is shipping, which fits into our strategy because our strategy is more focused on the whole value chain of sourcing material, shipping the material, and storing the material. In short, we call it a source, ship, and store strategy. We set with Ochvel and a partnership, and this partnership was more on us accessing contracts for products and cargo that needed to be shipped out of the country in the liquid bulk space. So then we got together with Ochvel for that. But then we grew and we said, why don't we also get our own vessel in order that we can also benefit from the shipping itself instead of only being part of the contracts. And that's how we managed to talk to Sasol and then get the Bow Cecil.
Recently, Nduna, Maritime and Sasol reached an exciting collaborative milestone with the launch of the Bow Cecil, South Africa's first locally owned maritime vessel. The Enterprise and Supplier Development Funding Agreement, worth some 400 million rand, was entered into through the Sasol Siaka Trust and is the trust's largest to date. Bow Cecil is a specialized chemical tanker that will transport her cargoes to international markets, and she's also the first registered to fly a proudly South African flag.
Our involvement with Sasol is through the Sasol Siaka Fund, which is an administrative body through which we got funding for the acquisition of our chemical tanker, the Bow Cecil. We approached Sasol in December 2017 with our proposal to purchase the vessel, and we had to go through the reasons why we thought there was a gap and opening in the marketplace for that. And fortunately, Sasol were prepared to entertain our involvement. They were happy with the viability of the project, though it's one of their largest funding transactions so far. They were prepared to actually hold our hand, go with us to Norway to kickstart the negotiations for the Bow Cecil. And they've been part of us right from the start. We have been ironing the numbers with them right from the start, and they were there. And then the other thing is that because of the nature of this business, it had never been done in this BEE space and in also for Sasol.
Through the Sasol Siaka Trust, we aim to deal with access to finance barriers for black SMMEs. Sasol is serious about transformation. We are proud of our South African heritage, and we are progressing very well in this journey, and we look further to contributing to the local economy in a meaningful way.
The partnership between us and Sasol has benefited the Mnambithi Group quite hugely. One is that even before I go into employment, is that it's raised the profile of our business. I mean, when you look at a company of our size to be in a position to get funding of about 400 million rands, that has been a boon for us as Mnambithi. Our plan is that in a few years, the vessel has got to be manned by South Africans. It's also a condition of the regulator, SAMSA, to say that if the vessel is going to be flagged in South Africa, it should be manned by South Africans.
Our commitment to redressing the inequalities of this country's past is reflected in the measures we are taking to contribute to South Africa's economic transformation and socio-economic development. The ocean's economy is an important enabler of economic growth. Operation Pakisa, in support of the National Development Plan, identifies the ocean's economy as an area of growth for South Africa, and this, of course, highlights this unimaginable potential of the maritime industry.
This business is a dollar-based business. It earns this country a lot of forex. And also what it does, also that has got a spin-offs in terms of our GDP and other areas of our economy, is that the size of this loan has also allowed us to actually have, it's got spin-offs in other areas of the ecosystem within a shipping business. For instance, we've now increased and insisted on black economic empowerment on the people who are doing shipping agency. Because when the vessel comes, they have to service our vessel. But simply because our vessel is owned by us, we've insisted on that. So there is, and it meant more employment even around that area. So the ecosystem is also benefited from that.
This contribution to the transformation to enable a black-owned South African company to acquire a South African chemical tanker. We, in fact, are enabling South Africa to join the League of Nations active in the maritime space, is reflective of just how committed we are to the advancement of South Africa.
We believe that Sasol really are truly committed to this black economic space. Obviously, this is the first big one, even for Sasol itself. I felt that Sasol management, it's not a company that can say possibly change management need to go through some programs and all that. They've got all that. I think it's one of those companies that are really committed, and they've got a lot of programs, especially in the supplier, in the BEE supplier chain space. My only advice to them is that they must not, if they see some failures, then say this thing is not working. Or they must, if they have short-term goals. It's a long term. In the Roman Empire, the olden days before Christ, there was a program where they said annale. So all the generals and the army people who were heroes, they were then recorded on what is called a rock, white rock. And this thing was that rock was put in public places. My message to Sasol is that people like Ben, Mazibuko, Lukele, and all the ones who were involved in this, they are also going to be the annals of BEE. They may not see the value now, but one day history will judge them, and it will judge them very positively.